Maddie with Chef Rubber, and today we're going to talk about how we got the rubber in our name. Our fun business cards aren't actually what gave us the name. It's our food grade silicone. Some of you may know, some of you may have not known, but Chef Rubber was one of the first, if not the first, to begin making food grade silicone for chefs and pastry chefs. Back in the days of World Pastry Forum, chefs were looking for materials and we just happen to have the sourcing for it. So that's one of the first things that we got started. So one of the key ways to know if you have a Chef Rubber mold is our signature gold luster. That's always gonna be one of the first telltale signs of knowing that it's our mold. So one of the key ways to tell if your molds are food grade, especially with silicone, first and foremost, your mold should not have any kind of an odor. Food grade silicone should not have a smell at all. If your mold does, I would be a little concerned. Touch also, your mold should be tough, but also have some elasticity to it. It shouldn't feel brittle. It shouldn't feel very, very flimsy, like it's gonna kind of fall apart and start degrading on you. Also, you can always do a pull test to see if your molds are food grade or not. Pull test is when you pull it, there's no white. Your mold is really tough, but there's no white. So that's a few key indicators to know if your molds in your kitchen are food grade or not. So some frequently asked questions that chefs ask when looking into buying a mold or investing even in our food grade silicone mold. First question we get a lot is, what is a durometer? Durometer. It's actually just a measure of the hardness. It ranges from 0 to 100, and that's how you know the strength or the hardness of your mold. 0 being the most flimsiest, 100 being the hardest. Another commonly asked question is, a lot of times chefs will ask, what is this 1 part, 2 part that I'm seeing when it comes to making my own mold? 1 part is your base compound, and that's the rubber, and the 2 part is the catalyst. That's your curing agent. That's what's gonna harden and make your rubber form into 3D mold. Another commonly asked question is RTV. RTV is, you'll see that on your instruction sheets of your 1 part, 2 part mold making materials. RTV is just basically an acronym that means that you can cure your molds at room temperature. Our molds can cure at room temperature, or if you need it to cure in a faster time, you can put it in the oven. We're kind of known for our silicone mold. If you need a little bit more convincing, a few of my favorite reasons as to why our molds are the best. One, these things are really resistant to damage. From super high temps in the oven to sub-zero temps in the freezer, they're really gonna work with you no matter the conditions. Another great thing is that it's not gonna degrade, meaning it's not gonna break down over time. These molds are intended to last you a lifetime. Another great thing is that they're light, they save space, and they're just really easy to use in any type of production. Another great thing about our silicone is that it has no BPAs, no latex, no lead, or other bad chemicals. And then another thing too is that these are entirely 100% recyclable. I'm not sure why you would recycle them. It's nice to know that you can recycle this if need be. Just our trial mold. So it lets you try out all the different shapes and sizes to see which one you like best. So while you can make your own molds with our mold making supplies, I'm gonna tell you what do we have at Chef Rubber currently for you to order today. We have candy molds. This is our trial candy mold, so you can try out every shape and size before committing to a larger mat. Usually they come in a standard half sheet. We can do full sheet pan sizes though if you need be. They're great for caramel, ganache, pâte de fouille, hard candies. The list goes on and on. There's really no wrong way or thing that you could put in here. Some other items that we have are rods and frames. Those are silicone cutouts that can be used for shablone cutting, for pralines. They can be used for creating intricate little pieces for amenities and sculptures when working with isomalt and chocolate. Some other things that we have today are our presses. These are great for cake artists, for fondant, gum paste, wafer paper. These are gonna allow you to press and create little details like leaves and flowers and on and on and on. Again, like I mentioned earlier, we also do have mold making supplies, so you can make your own molds however you want to bring them to life. They come in 1 part, 2 parts, and we have them in the varying durometer strengths that are needed for most chefs. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching Silly Tricks. I think we've had enough silliness for today, so we're gonna go hop back to it, but thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and reshare this. Let us know if you have any questions. Also, let us know what else you would like to see from us, and keep it silly. What's my next line?